What's going on? What's going on? Welcome to another episode of Former Insight Podcast with your host, Maddox, man. And I came across this very disturbing, sad story. And I have a question for the people out there. How come the Democrats didn't make this story super viral during the president campaign run? And this story is about Chanti Dixon. So now I'm seeing it now in 2025. Why? Why I'm seeing it now when her unaliving happened in September. Not saying that it wasn't on the news, not what I'm saying, because obviously it was on the news. What I'm saying to people out there, how come the Democrats didn't push this story about a black woman whose life was taken? Matter of fact, let's get into the story itself.
Well, we're learning more this morning about a woman allegedly murdered by her Uber driver just yards from her home.
Metro Police now tell us that Uber driver allegedly confessed to that murder. Matthew Foltz is following this story this morning with more on a crime that police are calling not only disturbing but disgusting. Good morning, Matthew.
Hey, good morning to you both. This is just a heartbreaking story all the way around. Metro Police telling us that they have arrested 29-year-old Francisco Valadez in connection to Chanti Dixon's murder. Now, officers say that they found Dixon on Sunday naked in a wooded area along Wagner Lane near East Raymond and Shervin Drive. She was found with gunshot wounds and pronounced dead at the scene. According to court documents, Dixon had ordered an Uber after she got off work around 3:30 Sunday morning. Police say Valadez gave investigators conflicting statements before admitting to shooting Dixon in the head while he was trying to have sex with her in the back of his car. Police also claims Dixon made him mad with something she said before shooting her.
This is disgusting, it's disturbing, and we, Ms. Dixon especially, her family, no one deserves to be treated this way in our community, and I am so sorry to her family that we're here today.
Now, Valadez is under arrest right now on a preliminary murder charge. Investigators are also asking anyone that may have encountered him on a rideshare to come forward. We also reached out to Uber, and they tell us that Valadez has been banned from their rideshare service. Meanwhile, Julia and Jalea, coming up at 5:30, you'll hear more from neighbors living in that community and more about who Dixon was.
R.I.P. to that lady who lost her life to a fucking creep. This guy raped her and unalived her. If I'm mistaken, I think this happened in September of 2024. Either way, it happened last year. So basically, I find it strange why these Democrats didn't make this one of the major focus on their campaign, because you know what would have happened? It would have hurt their campaign, basically. So basically, this guy, we don't know if he's an illegal immigrant, if he's a citizen. Is he a legal immigrant, illegal immigrant, or a citizen? We don't know. What is he, right? But seeing him and his name, people will automatically start to question if he's an illegal immigrant or not. That's why they didn't do it. But ultimately, a black woman lost her life. Why did the black woman wasn't put up there on mainstream media showing you that women out here are getting raped and unalived? Why?
Please help me! Please help me!
Confirming today that 30-year-old Chanti Dixon was found dead. Just next to the dead-end road where she was found on is where Dixon lived. IMPD arresting 29-year-old Francisco Valadez for allegedly killing Dixon. Police say he was her rideshare driver and picked her up around 3:30 in the morning to take her home, but she never made it. While the chief wouldn't say what rideshare app Valadez was working for, according to court documents, he was working for Uber the night he allegedly killed Dixon. In a statement from Uber, they say Valadez has since been banned from driving for the company and that they will assist IMPD with their investigation.
Women, you have a right to exist in this community safely, and you have a right to use these ride shares safely. Trust yourself.
And while police say rideshare apps are typically safe to use, they recommend doing things like making sure the driver in the car matches what it says on the app, share your ride with people you know, and if something doesn't feel right, ask the driver to pull over and get out.
We lost a beautiful black woman to a creep. And I just find it weird. I guarantee you, if this was a white person who supports Trump, they would have used this as a Trump supporter unaliving a black woman, so you shouldn't support Trump. They would have spent it out of control, which to me, it didn't even make any sense. You get what I'm saying? So I'm just saying, I find it weird that this Uber driver unalived this person last year, and you didn't hear not one time did Kamala Harris even bring this point up. But then turn around and try to bring up the lady from Alabama, I think her name is Amber, the lady who unalived via septic because she took a banned medication drug for abortion. Basically, she was doing an abortion procedure and the remains were still left inside of her, which caused the septic, it poisoned her, and she unalived. But she spent that narrative by saying that she couldn't get an abortion, that's what killed her, which was literally a lie. So she used that, and that happened back in 2022. But she used it in 2024 to become a president in 2025. Meanwhile, don't use this case, which literally was in 2024 when she was campaigning. For the people out there who are not brain dead, do y'all see what is happening? Do y'all see what's happening? It's people like this that's out here harming our women, unaliving our women, raping our women. And some weird reason, we act like this not happening. It is literally happening, and it's usually happening from people like this. What I mean, people, not a race of people. I'm talking about just people like this, like the weirdos. I just find it weird. I could be wrong. I just find it super, super weird that this wasn't being broadcast like people like George Floyd. This is crazy. This is wow. This should be national news that this young black lady who is a mother got kidnapped, beat, raped, and murdered and dumped near her home by this Hispanic person. Why? Y'all think that we're going to question if this person is a migrant or not? That's why I didn't talk about it. For the black people out there, if y'all don't understand how, mind you, and I'm not saying Republicans is innocent neither. What I'm saying to you is, if y'all don't see how the Democratic Party is using y'all and making y'all cases like George Floyd political, but then pick and choose the struggles of black women or when to choose to speak about these type of topics because it don't fit their narrative, y'all have to wake up. I'm going to give you a prime example. Y'all remember last year when a police officer, I think her name was Sonia Massey. Forgive me if I forgot her name. But the lady who got shot in the head by throwing the pot of hot water. Y'all remember her? She was throwing the pot of hot water and she got shot in her head. And the Democrats used that story to try to catapult Kamala Harris into presidency by saying, see, black women are unprotected and she got killed by law enforcement. But leave out that the lady threw hot water at the officer before he shot fire, like actual hot water. Now, do I agree with the officer? It all depends how you look at it. So they spent it out of control by saying the cop was a jerk by even telling the lady he was gonna shoot her in the head. But the lady did throw hot water at the cop, so technically he can use deadly force. Do I agree with deadly force at that moment? No, I don't agree with it, because I think that you should have backed up instead of walking towards her with the gun. You get what I'm saying? Which could have caused her to throw the hot water because she was scared. But different point. They used that because it was a hot topic about cops and immunity. So they used her case to try to help catapult Kamala Harris into presidency. But they skipped past this part. A black woman was violently raped and unalived, shot up by this guy. But they don't bring this up because people will start to speculate and question if this person was an immigrant or not. And they try to avoid having these type of illegal immigrant conversations. So I could have respected if we brought up both topics. Well, I just found that weird. With that being said, y'all take care. Till next time. Later.